Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie aka Miss Fearful, bringing back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, most definitely welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now my ninjas, if you watch my previous video, you will see that I was like quite upset a bit. If you didn't watch it, please go watch it. It's long, you know, so I feel like it's a comfort video, even though I feel like it will provoke a lot of emotions, because when you think about all those stuff, I just feel like you cannot be a black woman and not get emotional, because we have experienced the most. But anyway, today I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a story time. This is something that happened this past week, and I'm honestly telling this story because of yeah, that video, you know, and black women, whatever. So just to remember, man, I'm sure maybe when I'm sitting I'll think about it exactly which day, and maybe I'll write it here. But it is the day that I actually went to Mall of Africa. So I went to Mall of Africa, guys, and I just wanted to get something, and so I was like, okay, let me just go to the mall. I get there, you guys, and as I'm driving in, I'm using, I don't know the entrance name, but it's the one that the moment you go up the escalators, the first you know, floor that you're on is where you have to pay, and then when you go up, sorry, Woolies is just right behind you. So I don't know which entrance that is, but if you know Mall of Africa, then you will know which entrance I used. So basically what happens with that entrance, you guys, is that there are two entrance ports, right, and there are two exit ports. So as I was busy paying for my ticket, there was a BMW, it's an older model of like a BMW X5 that was also driving in. So that boom gate opens first. When it opens, he drives. When he drives, he curves, and there was a car right here, and then he's forcing to wanna park right there next to, like, there's a pole there. So mind you guys, remember we entered like this. His boom gate is just the one that opened first. So okay, fine. As it was like that, he has to now go in and go back and go like, I drive an SUV. The X5 is an SUV. I already know, like, that places that I don't even try, you know, the parking spots. There are certain parking spots that SUVs just do not really fit. Even though your car can enter, you hardly even be able to open your door, like, because there's another door, or the high chances that someone will scratch your car because of this and that, you understand? So I usually avoid to do that. I usually look for spaces that are a little bit more open, spaces where the cars are not as clamped if I have the opportunity to, you understand? So I parked, like, I had to wait for this guy. The guy in the car that I saw was Chinese, that much I could see, and then he's going forth. When he goes forth, what did I do? I hooted, and then I drove behind, because I'm like, I'm not going to wait for this mess. I'm not gonna just stand here for you to try and squeeze your huge SUV in some small parking spot. Like, use your brain. Obviously I drive, and then I park my car. As I'm still in my car, guys, I was looking for, I can't remember what I was looking for. I think I wanted to just take my car keys, because I didn't want to, like, you know, use my bag. I see this Chinese woman literally flying to my car, and I know some of you will think I'm joking. I'm not. She is like rushing, almost running to my car. Now I always lock my car, right? She did not touch my door, but what she did was she banged on my window, like, because I was here, and I got startled, because I was like, and then I see her, and then I look back, her husband is standing over there. Now mind you guys, I'm a single woman and I'm alone. She has a husband over there. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what situation I'm gonna be putting myself in, but just be controlled, you know, because I know that, you know, sometimes I hate injustice. I think that if you're anybody that knows me, you know this. I literally hate injustice. I hate it. Now she's like, open your window, you know, like, she's commanding me, and you do not command me, honey, okay? You do not do that. And so I'm like, no, I won't open my window. What do you want, you know? And then she starts saying, do you know that you almost hit my car and my child? Sorry guys, my battery died. So she says, she's busy yelling and screaming. She's like, you almost hit my car and my child was in the car. Why are you driving like a maniac? This. Mind you guys, I waited. When he went in, which I could still see that he's gonna have to come out, because it's not my fault that your husband or the man that you were with ain't too smart. I don't know if it's the first time he's driving that car or not, but I already knew that there's gonna be a lot of back and forth. The space was too small. I hooted to alert him so that he can get my attention, and then I drove. But then she's here now yelling, open your window. Did you know that you hit my car, you almost hit my car, what. I really honestly wasn't upset at that point. I just looked at her and I was like, this is what I did. And then I went back to looking for what I was looking. You know what this woman said? She said, you should go back to your country. Not you. I did not open the window, I opened the door, honey. At that point, I was so upset. You are Chinese. You do not come here and tell me to go back to my country. I don't care if I'm from Zimbabwe. I don't care if I'm from Nigeria. I don't care if I'm from Tanzania. This is Africa, honey. The continent. Like, look at the continent. My origin. Guys, I was so upset. I literally started calling her a bitch. And I started to tell her, go back to your country. That's what I said. Go back to your country, bitch. Like, this is Africa. That's what I said to her. She was like, you go back to your country. I was like, bitch, look at my skin. That's exactly what I said. Look at my skin. I am home. I am in my country. I am in my continent. And I think that the part that got me very upset was the fact that somehow I got this feeling that she's used to doing this. Which means maybe she might have black women that work for her that are maybe even not South Africans, that maybe she's very comfortable to just tell them, go back to your country, and they can't respond because maybe she's their boss. Ju is not my boss, honey, okay? I am the boss. Nobody's my boss. So I was very upset, guys. I literally, I went off. I went off. That man that she was with, he just stood there. He did not say a word. He did not do anything. And that even gave me more strength to say, if this woman comes close to me, literally I was about to throw hands. The moment I opened my door, because I charged as well. She like walked fast to that guy. Now obviously I couldn't like approach because there's a man over there. I ain't dumb. However, if she was alone, I'm telling you, they would have found me up on her. Because you do not do that. You do not do things like that. I insulted her so much, guys. And then after that, when I was busy now yelling, go back to your country, bitch. This is not China. This is not this, because I'm upset. That's when she decided that she's gonna take out her phone. I don't know if she recorded or not, but then I decided I'm gonna take my phone out as well. And then I was like, two can play that game, and I wanted to record her, but she immediately walked away, and then they went into the stairs. So I do not know if there's a video of me out there just yelling and screaming at this Chinese woman. I do not know, but I think that maybe one of the reasons why I'm talking about this story time now is this. I wish as black people we could just unite. I literally wish as black people we could just unite. I wish as black people we could understand that if a South African is saying illegal foreigners should go back home, it's not a South African being xenophobic. It's a South African basically saying, hey, we've got a high level of crime rate and the fingerprints are nowhere to be found because it's people that are not in the system. Go back to your countries and come back the legal route so that if you commit a crime, you now have the same ground as South Africans. If I was to commit a crime, my fingerprints are there, they run them through the system, they are going to definitely pull up. But if it's an illegal foreigner, their fingerprints are not going to pull up. So now what happens? South Africans, right? Some South Africans, they now end up using illegal foreigners to commit crime. They want somebody killed, they use someone that is foreign. They know that the fingerprints are not going to be seen. The illegal foreigners themselves, you are not going to tell a starving man not to Still, that's something that I've always said. If you are illegal in this country, high chances are you're not really going to get a good paying job. You're going to result into criminology one way or another, because it is in our human nature that if you're starving, you'll rather, you know, get rich or die trying. You understand? And so I wish as Africa we could just understand that it's not xenophobic. It's South Africans basically saying that we also want to protect our country. Now, if legal foreigners that are in this country also stood up with us South Africans to say illegal people, foreigners should come back legally, I think that it would be the best thing ever. It literally broke my heart that you guys know, like, I don't know what it is that makes me look foreign. I've heard a lot of people saying I look Nigerian. Others say I look like I'm from Zimbabwe. I get that I look like a Nigerian woman more than anything. And I don't even find it as an insult. Actually, it's a compliment. Nigerian women are gorgeous. So it means that, you know. But the fact that this woman that is Chinese thinks that she has a right in South Africa to tell a black woman, go back to your country, when she ain't even in her origin of a continent. You know, she's not in the continent of her ancestors, but she's telling a black woman with black skin that is in a continent of her ancestors to go back to their country. Something is wrong. As black people, we are doing something wrong. And I was like, the way that she was and so confident, it was almost as if when I opened my door, guys, like I could see the shock in her face, because I don't know if she thought that me not opening the window was me being scared or something. I don't know. I was just like, I'm not gonna give you time. Like, I'm gonna open my window. You can literally choke me if you want. If I want to deal with you, I want us to talk, I'll rather open my door, not my window where you are standing, I'm sitting. No, it better be the door, you understand? But the moment I opened the door, because I rushed it the moment she said go back to your country, she walked fast so that she could be behind that guy, and she saw in my car that I did not have anyone, it was just me. But it literally broke my heart that it means that there are certain black women that she's constantly abusing and telling them to go back to their country and yelling and shouting and doing this. As black people, guys, we're doing something wrong. We are doing something wrong. A Chinese woman literally told me to go back to my country. What? In Africa? In Africa, guys. Our leaders are also just the worst. There's horror stories that you hear of black people that are in China. And then I have a Chinese woman in South Africa, not even just in my continent, but in my own country, telling me to go back to my country. Which country? There are many issues, guys. There are many issues that we're literally not addressing. We're also very limited in terms of, if you speak against something, then you're being called xenophobic. You know, you are racist. You're this, you're this, you're that. But the injustice that we're facing as black people, it's just really honestly sad. I'm not even going to lie. It's just honestly sad. I feel like it's just a matter of, I'm someone that stands up for myself. But if I was not, she could have just verbally abused someone like that. The fact that she felt she had a right to can even come to my car and knock, like, forget about it. Like, forget about it. And to tell me to go back to my country, that's why I was like, no, ma'am. You know, we're going to sort this out. And trust and believe, had it been that the man was not standing there, because I didn't know what the man was going to do, I would have opened the door and hit her the moment she banged my window. I was like, no, ma'am. Like, I don't promote violence. But don't abuse us. Do not abuse us. Do not. So if ever this video gets to that Chinese woman, it is me, honey. Yes. And if you want round 2, you know where to find me. My email address is everywhere. You know where to find me. Anyway, black people, please, let's unite. As Africans, let us unite. I know there are certain people in this country that are just xenophobic, but majority of people are not xenophobic. You cannot expect us to accept that you're hijacking our buildings, kidnapping our kids, raping our children, hijacking our cars, and doing this and doing all this nonsense, being izinyoka, stealing cables, and then when we talk to say illegal foreigners should go back, you call us xenophobic. That's crazy. And I think that every foreigner that is, well, yeah, every foreigner, if you're not originally from South Africa, you're from a different African continent, you are a foreigner in South Africa. But if you're legally here, you are very welcomed. Help us as South Africans as well, so that we clean this country, because we're cleaning it for all of us. You are also here. It's not xenophobic to say illegal foreigners should leave and come back legally. Let's unite. Then we won't have situations where even a Chinese woman thinks she can abuse me in my own motherland. Guys, in my own ancestors' place, no. Not me. I refuse. And I feel like today's videos were just emotional, honestly. I think I'm gonna edit maybe the video for the masterclass as well. But yeah, it's like, wow. Anyway, I love you, ninjas. Stay blessed, and I do hope that you guys understand like what I'm saying in these videos. These are topics that are very difficult to talk about, because people can always look at them in the wrong way, you know. But at the same time, I feel like there are topics that we need to start talking about. The fact that we talk about celebrities and we laugh every day, that is nice. I enjoy that. But I also want to tackle like real important issues, real serious issues, you know. Let's laugh, but let's also talk about things that are going to build us, things that are going to make us think. Politics, I'll never go there. ZQ over there. But anyway, ninjas, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.